Hello there, darlings. It's March 25th. It's a little after midnight here in Wisconsin, USA, but that technically is March 26th. I wanted to show you something that I found when I was just curious about what was going on in the weather, but before I do, see this ad here? Okay, now I have just a few dollars in stocks, not anything, really, like $500. Anyway, I was looking at it, and so this is an ad that showed up because of the cookies in my computer. And see this over here? Well, I've been recently looking for a job and found a new one, and so that shows up. And then down here, I, of course, clicked on that out of curiosity, not from this site, from something totally different, because I like some of Hay House publishing stuff, some of their books. But I clicked on there because I've on and off entertained the idea of writing something. So now that's showing up as an ad on things that I look at. And everything that you do also does the same thing, unless you get rid of your cookies, but somewhere somebody's getting this information and they're getting paid to look this up. So anyway, I am on Eldorado, and I'm looking at the Antarctica 24-hour composite, which looks weird because it's put together with pieces of pictures. But I wanted to show you, now the time on this one, oh, maybe I have to unzoom it for it to show up. Yep. On here is the 25th of March, 2016 at 18 UTC, which is the time. And this is coming out of UW-Madison, which is just happens to be close to where I am right now. Okay, so I want to show you a couple things on here. This looks kind of like a weird face right there. See that? The eye, another eye, mouth, strange little rabbit nose, hair that's upswept, an arm coming down here. Okay, but what I really want to show you is this pattern right here. It only shows up in this one little picture. Let's get this up. I want to move it ahead. Just one. Gone. Move it back. And see, these lines are pictures that are put together. But still, some of those look pretty weird in between. Back. Oops. Okay, we'll unzoom it. See, here it is right here. This is Antarctica here. There's the time again. And there's my little wonder right there. I think is interesting. Okay, so move it ahead, and it's completely gone. Now this is kind of confusing to look at. So what I did was slowed it down so I could see it. And I can just make it play real slow. And you can see a lot of strange things in it. If it's done slow, slow. Faster, you can't pick it up. Oh, excuse me. I've been doing one of my favorite things to do, which is to eat potato chips. And I just got a dry piece. Okay, so let me just show you what I mean too here. Come on, back up here. Okay, unzoom, zoom. See, this has another one of those wavy patterns in right here. And then the square with everything looking all blurry. This has got concentric circles in it right here. And that blurriness seems to be part of it. Okay, let's unzoom it. Right there. And, you know, with it looking like that, it looks to me kind of like they don't they don't want us to notice it by having this block here. That could be purely accidental. I don't know. There's a couple of other weird things. Here's another part where it's blurry. And it's, you know, right in the same sort of area. So what's down there is what I'd like to know. There it is again, blurriness. And the time on here is 13 UTC. Okay. So there it's blurry again, same area. Strange line right there. Whatever that is. And there's the spot that I was showing you. Let's get close to it. We've come back all the way around. And there's that beautiful thing. So that's what it looks like when you throw a rock into water. Creates a pattern like that. Sound creates patterns like that. Probably any kind of energy being injected into the atmosphere or water vapor has a reaction like that. So it's something. But what? I can't tell you. So here's another quick little thing I want to show you. The El Dorado weather still. This is a 10-day global IR satellite, and it moves along here. This is saying right down here, the 24th of March at 00 UTC. Now, what I want you to notice is something's going to happen right in here. Alright, so I'm going to move it ahead one. Now, I can't get closer on here. I don't believe. Oh, I can. Okay. So, see how this has this band? Where it looks like there's no clouds or anything, hardly. Except for it's darker right there. But the band is different than the surrounding area. With the solid stripes here, okay? So then I'm going to move it ahead one more. Okay, now that still is there. Alright, and then move it ahead one more, and it's completely gone. Okay, we'll unzoom it. And that says it's 24th of March, 2016 at 1800 UTC. Okay, so this is El Dorado still. This is a bizarre and amazing spiral that's happening up here by Alaska. This is a strange thing going on here. And then what we were looking at was what was happening over here. Right by Australia. And what seems interesting is this pattern of clouds here that just seems to sort of be igniting out of the middle of the air. These moving toward this spot. There's quite a big gap here of open space. But around these islands, let me unzoom this. And then we can zoom again. Around these islands, there's an incredible amount of energy, which is where the beam was, of course. And these storms are moving across here, Malaysia, right above Australia. And what happens a lot here is when I've read the weather reports is they'll have these storms and they're so amazingly powerful that it'll destroy crops and it will destroy homes for people. Well, this is some of the most sought after real estate in the world in through this area, but it's just simply beautiful, and these people are beautiful. And so if you can devastate people enough to do basically whatever you tell them, you can use them for whatever you want. Now, some of this looks like, this is so chemtrail line here. There's more in here, over here, up here. A lot of weather creation here in between, like Vietnam and Australia. Look at that thing building. And then that's where we saw the energy beam and the weird other thing. Look at how this, on here, there's a cloud mass that's closer to the ground, and then this stuff is happening above the ground. That must be quite a sight from land, looking up at it through that. Okay, I'm falling asleep. You probably are too, listening to this. I'm grateful for you, and I'm here at your service. Bye-bye. Well, here's a different view of Australia, and you can see chemtrails growing right down in here really well. That's a satellite line right there. That's not a chemtrail. Next sat. This is the eastern United States. It looks to me like they're making storms here. See that? They're starting from like one spot. I want to ask you a question. When you're looking at this infrared satellite, see the lights are all the yellow spots and the clouds. And so it's almost like they're looking at daylight or an X-ray or something opposite of what it normally looks like. To me, that's quite amazing. Okay, I changed it to the CONUS. Down here in Florida, we got a big problem going on right now, which is pretty scary for everybody living right there. Okay, this is weird to me. I clicked on this little button right here called Aerosol Aqua. See this thing over here on the east coast of the United States? I have no idea what that means either. I've never seen that before. The link for this will be below. Okay, once again, I clicked on Aerosol, and this time it's Terra, and as you can see, these lines come from here. And once again, I do not know what that means. You might. If you do, please tell me. The ending part of this, I want you to notice how far the radar is going out here on Florida. That's the minimum of how far they can go out. And of course, we do have this weather pattern, but is the radar making it worse? Florida radar, huge amount of radar in the United States changing the atmosphere.